this is your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. The government shutdown has entered its fourth week, and it's now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. The shutdown ties one 30 years ago when congressional Republicans traded about half of the Medicare cuts they wanted for a balanced budget. Longest shutdown ever remains the one during President Trump's first term. It holds the record of 35 days after Democrats refused to pay for a border wall. Now Democrats say they want a funding bill that addresses Medicaid cuts and expiring Obamacare subsidies. Republicans, though, say they will not discuss that until Democrats pass their funding bill with no changes.
Cartersville Police Department was alerted by the family of Mr. Cagle that he was streaming on social media, that he was headed to the airport, in their words, to shoot it up.
Yeah, police say the family stopped what could have been a tragedy at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Investigators say Billy Cagle, there you see in the blue shirt, was seen on surveillance video inside the airport. They say he was scoping out the terminal, and just out front was his truck with 27 rounds of ammo and an AR-15 style rifle. Cagle is a convicted felon and wasn't allowed to own weapons. He now faces multiple charges, including terroristic threats.
So I feel very sorry for the parent. It's very hard, very sad. I pray for strength. God help them go through this.
Yeah, prayers and tears in San Carlos, where the community is remembering a 12-year-old Andrew Olson who was killed after getting hit by a car yesterday morning. He was on the way to school walking with his two sisters. ABC 10 News anchor Max Goldwasser has the community's emotional response and their concerns over safety at that busy intersection.
I don't even have children, and I'm grieving a little bit.
At 7:20 a.m., this Honda sedan heading east down Jackson Drive hit three 12-year-old siblings, one boy, two girls, walking across the street to Pershing Middle School.
When I came out, I happened to notice that the sun had risen, and it would have been, by my estimation, right in the driver's eyes.
Police have already ruled out speed or alcohol as factors. The driver did stay on the scene and was not arrested. All three kids rushed to Rady Children's Hospital. The two girls still there in critical condition. The boy died after arrival. The San Diego Unified School District identifying him as Andrew Olson.
I feel like a little bit of a failure in that, my efforts didn't create the change that was needed.
Smith says for the last year and a half, he's raised concerns over the safety of this intersection where there is no crosswalk. But as he showed me, he's either struggled to get a response from the city of San Diego or was told, quote, it meets the city standards.
Well, those safety standards got 3 kids run over today, one of which died. And in my opinion, it was completely preventable.
Max Goldwasser reporting there will be a vigil for Andrew Tuesday night at St. Andrew's Lutheran Church. Prayer starts at 6:45, the full service at 7:15.
An Alaska man is sharing this video here behind me, frightening video from inside his home. Let's go ahead and take this up full. Stephen Aniver says that he's thankful to be alive after floodwater from Typhoon Halong filled his home last week. That water lifted the home off of its foundation, drifted about a mile. Aniver's brother says a board sticking out of the ground stopped it just 5 feet away from a river. Now, had the house gone into that river, he probably wouldn't have made it. The storm displaced thousands of Alaskans who may not be able to return home for at least 18 months.
If you're in the market to buy new furniture, such as a table or a desk, experts say you'll have to do some extra homework to find the best price as businesses deal with the tariff impact that took effect on October 14th.
You just really have to budget on everything from going to scratch and dent stores to figuring out how you're going to stretch your milk, how you're going to stretch your eggs.
For Mom Madeline Franklin, every day is a balancing act. Certain days it's about budgeting for food, and today it's about finding new furniture.
I think that would be really nice. And then I think, let me look at the tag. What is this made of? What do I know about the material that this is made of? How easy is this going to be clean? If I clean it, will it wear?
Like many consumers, she shops around for the lowest price. But experts say finding the best deal may soon become difficult as businesses deal with the tariffs President Trump announced on furniture. He has placed a 10% tariff on lumber and a 25% tariff on furniture and cabinets. University of San Diego economics professor Alan Jin says this announcement will likely mean added costs for consumers and could affect jobs.
If businesses then have to pay higher prices for imported furniture, they're going to try to pass some of that on to consumers, and consumers then could react by reducing their purchases. So this could have a negative impact then on companies, and if their sales drop, they may have to lay off some people.
And he believes this will trickle down to other businesses due to a drop in spending.
So if people have to pay more for the furniture, they have less money then to spend elsewhere. And those industries then will be impacted.
According to Statista, a global data and business intelligence platform, the furniture market is expected to bring in just over $253 billion in revenue in the U.S. in 2025. In terms of specific items, the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics reports seeing an almost 16% increase in price for furniture and bedding from 2020 to 2025. This comes as businesses like IKEA are looking for ways to stay out of the red. IKEA recently announced its retail sales fell for the second year in a row, and Madeline believes things will likely only get worse as the costs increase and families like hers have to be more selective in what they spend their money on.
They are a business. They have to make money. We're unfortunately in a capitalist society. Most of the time, the average person cannot afford them and they have to wait to get them.
Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
One of the best players of his generation could become the Padres' new manager. The San Diego Union-Tribune is reporting that future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols will interview for the Padres' job. Padres CEO Eric Grupner says the interview process is underway, but it's expected to last several weeks. Manager Mike Shildt abruptly announced his retirement last week. He still had 2 years left on his contract. He said the job was taking a toll on him mentally and physically. Spray that champagne, eh? The World Series matchup is set. The Toronto Blue Jays will face the Dodgers. This was the Jays' celebration after beating the Mariners Monday night in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. It looks like a nightclub inside their clubhouse. The Blue Jays haven't made it to the World Series since 1993. George Springer sealed the win for the Jays with a 3-run go-ahead homer in the 7th inning. First game between the Jays and the Dodgers is on Friday at Rogers Center in Toronto.
Welcome to the afterlife of a showgirl. On Greenhaven Drive, Halloween decor has reached new heights.
It's been really funny seeing the community get behind everything.
Yeah, so we saw a post on Instagram, and we're both big Swifties. We saw it on Instagram, sent it to each other, and I was like, hey, we should go to this. And we're like, okay.
A San Diego woman, Brianna Rohrhoff, is embracing the spooky season with a twist. She's used to living with ghosts, Taylor Swift's eras.
We closed on the house the day that she dropped her new album, Life of a Showgirl. So
she didn't want to ruin the friendship with her new neighbors.
I thought it was just kind of fun to move into the neighborhood and show up and show that we understood the assignment.
And she's got the whole block looking like her. Almost every house on this block here has a skeleton-themed Halloween exterior. It's worth a long drive in a getaway car because everything here is a clever reference.
We had someone leave a flower at John Mayer's tombstone the other day.
For each of the eras, Brianna has a different skeleton in her closet and plots hard to use them. If you don't get it, scan the QR codes by each part of the decor.
This is a collection of books that represent each of her eras and each of her albums. And then the graveyards are each of her songs that we felt was appropriate to have in the form of tombstones.
So you can see Taylor's face in the neighbor's lawn.
Obviously to scale engagement ring.
Off Greenhaven Drive in Carlsbad. And if you come, bring your friendship bracelets to exchange. Emily Coffey, ABC 10 News.
And Halloween's only 10 days away, so if you want to see it, you might have to get there swiftly. That's all for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less.